Hello, and welcome to this History Highlights presentation today on August 5th. My name is Laura Sable, and I'm excited to share with you a truly inspiring story today that connects with today's date of August 5th. Hope you come on over to historyhighlights.com, where you can experience fascinating true stories in about an hour or less. Like today's, I'm going to share with you a brief story that I hope will inspire you and add to this wonderful summer day of August 5th. Now, the person that I'm going to highlight today that connects with August 5th is Susan Butcher, an Iditarod legend. Now, if you've never heard of the Iditarod, it is fascinating. I've been able to be at the start of the Iditarod, and there is nothing like it in the world. It happens in Alaska every year. It's a 1,000-mile sled-dog race that happens in early March and runs from Settlers Bay to Nome, Alaska, often through blizzards, whiteout conditions, sub-zero temperatures with gale force winds, which can cause the wind chill to reach negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. It's run by men and women alike and always brings out courage and just incredible stories. Well, let me start with one brief story. In 1985, the Iditarod faced an unprecedented blizzard that was causing many of the mushers to drop out. But one woman, a 28-year-old woman by the name of Libby Riddles, became the first winner, female winner of the Iditarod that year because she braved this incredible blizzard. And her closest competitor was 4 hours behind her. So this was a strong, brave woman, the first female to win the Iditarod. But in that same race, there was another female musher that was hot on Libby's heels until two of her dogs were killed by a moose. And several of other of her dogs were injured by that same moose, and she had to drop out of the race. Well, that woman was Susan Butcher. And she was not discouraged after that tragic event. She returned the following year to win the race and subsequently won 3 out of the next 4 races, becoming the first musher to win 4 out of 5 sequential years. Pretty impressive. Now, a little bit about Susan Butcher. She was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts. She was always a lover of dogs and the outdoors. She studied at Colorado State University and ultimately became a veterinary technician. Seems appropriate. But to pursue her love of dog sled racing and breeding huskies, she moved to the Wrangell Mountains area of Alaska. There she began training, competing in the Iditarod. But even before her historic Iditarod victories, she made headlines in 1979 when she helped drive the first sled dog team to Denali, the highest peak in North America, Mount McKinley, Denali. That's a pretty impressive feat all by itself. Continuing her wonderful records and incredible story, get this, she held the Iditarod speed record from 1986 to 1992. She broke her own records in 1987 and 1990. And then retired from competition in 1995. Sadly, Susan Butcher died of cancer at the so too young age of 51, and that happened on August 5th, 2006. Her husband and fellow musher David Monson said of her, "She never thought there should be any barriers for women. She was the first woman ever to dominate and be the best in the world at a sport where men and women compete equally. But I don't think she ever thought of herself as a pioneer." Chaz St. George, a spokesman for the Iditarod, said, "If you knew Susan, you knew that she was a tremendous competitor. But she had this ability to connect with people that helped this race and this sport rise to a level it had never been at before." The first Saturday of every March in Alaska has been named Susan Butcher Day. That's the day that coincides with the traditional start of the Iditarod each year. That special day provides an opportunity for people to remember the life of Susan Butcher, an inspiration to Alaskans, and an inspiration to millions around the world. She certainly is an inspiration to me. I hope you enjoyed this story from historyhighlights.com. Hope you'll come on over to the website, watch some of the other videos, check out the audio books, the videos, the paperback books, and the ebooks that are available to you. It's all history for the curious mind without a lot of time. Thank you for joining me today.